Well, hey guys, Silly Tuck here. Welcome back to another episode of ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling. This is, of course, Hardcore TV. We're coming off the heels of one hell of a house party. You get it? Because our event was called House Party. Anyways, if you want to quickly brush up on what happened last episode, you can see the viewership there. I try to show the viewership. We're fluctuating around 0.04, which is okay. You can see here what happened on the house party show. The big main event with the New Era pulling out the victory, being Sandman and Dreamer, which guarantees them a shot at the ECW World Championship. Tazz retaining his ECW Television Championship against Little Guido. And tonight is a big night. We have the final matchup in, what could be the final matchup. I get too far ahead of myself. What could be the final matchup in the best of 5 series between the Hardy Boys and the Stormtroopers, the Hardy Brothers. I think I've taken to calling them. The brothers are up 2-1. Very, very, very pivotal matchup. The brothers, Jeff and Matt, were up. Hopefully I don't fucking knock over a water bottle when I do this. Hold on, I'm moving a drink. Okay, cool, it survived. What the hell was I talking about? Right, yeah, the Hardy Brothers were up 2-0. But after some guidance from leader of the Triple Threat, of course, Candido and Lance Storm, the Stormtroopers, being part of the Triple Threat, getting some guidance from their leader, former world champion, the franchise, Shane Douglas, set them on the right path. Can they tie the series tonight? Will we see a final match at, what pay-per-view is this? Anarchy Rules? Or will we just cut it dry tonight? Where, of course, in Hammerstein, we hit that 50 pop, which makes me very happy. Makes me a very happy man. That's not important. Let's move forward. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hardcore TV. And Shane Douglas comes down to open up tonight. And he says, I've got some bad news regarding our main event tonight. My boys, Lance Storm and Chris Candido, cannot be here tonight. They're being held up due to some New York licensing issues, some New York wrestling licensing issues. They got to renew their licenses. So that's their bad. But all is not lost, because Jeff, Matt, I know you're here in the building. And I've been thinking about one of you specifically. Tonight I've arranged for matches for both of you. Matt Hardy, you are going to be taking on an opponent a little bit later into the show. But in the main event, Jeff, and yes, Jeff, the main event, I want you. One-on-one, the franchise versus this new young rising talent. Because Jeff Hardy, I like you. You've got certain unorthodox style to you, something that I think rubs the franchise the right way. Something that alters the composition and the fabric of this company. You see, because in this company, we're each a little stitch. The fuck is this promo? This isn't a Shane Douglas promo. But anyways, Jeff, you're a very special stitch. You're a very different stitch. A stitch I've grown very interested in. And I'm going to see tonight how that stitch wears up under pressure. So yeah, that's right. Lance Storm and Chris Candido, they're not here tonight. They're having some licensing issues, according to Shane Douglas there, in Shoot. Apparently I didn't have that stupid thing with the match repetition gimmick off, which, by the way, is a really stupid penalty. Like, really stupid. Like, one of the dumber ones in TW. Like, TW has some pretty stupid fucking penalties. But that's a really dumb one. Because best of 7s, best of 5s, whatever, they happen all the time. Fuck off. But tonight we've got a big main event to coincide with that. Jeff Hardy's first singles match. We're also going to see Matt Hardy's first singles match, I do believe, a little bit later into the show. Good way to open up, though. We're going to head right into a match. It's a 56C-. I like that a lot. The Incredibly Awesome Alliance defeat Doug Furnas and Phil Lafont, the Can-Am Connection, in 8:20 when Just Incredible defeats Phil Lafont by pinfall, a Death Valley driver. Mike Awesome is really fucking good. Just Incredible, it's not as good, but he's okay. Chastity does good work at ringside. Incredibly Awesome show out tonight, you know what I mean? They show just how dominant they are, using the combo of Mike Awesome's size and Just Incredible's ability, to use that light cruiserweight brawling style of his, you know what I mean? Hitting some super kicks. But, good victory for the Incredibly Awesome Alliance here on Hardcore TV. Wow, this is a really good rating. The television champion, Tazz, comes down to the ring being victorious. And Tazz, or being victorious last night, I guess. And he comes down with the belt and he holds it. And he just takes it off his waist and holds it up in the air. And looks at it, grabs the mic, and he says, "You've all seen it now, haven't you? You've all seen what I'm capable of. This belt is not leaving me until I feel like it. Send the best, send the baddest, send the beastly, send the beauties, send the bastards and the beer swiggers and the bin livers, people who live in bins. Send them all the same, it won't matter. At the end of the day, I'm the human suplex machine. The Tasmaniac. I am unbeatable, unconquerable, undethronable? Undethronable? I guess undethronable. I am the ECW television champion, and I will be ECW television champion for as long as I damn well please. This belt is slowly becoming the belt, and I love Jerry Lynn. I love Jerry with all my heart, but Jerry Lynn is not me. And this belt means a lot more now than that belt does. This is the title to watch in this company. The fuck was that? Some just fell there in the background. That was weird. So I only have one question. Who's next? So the television champion, Tazz, comes down to the ring. Not so much, I don't know how you could read into that, but not really like a heel promo, you know what I mean? Just Tazz stating a fact. He's unbeatable right now. He's an animal. He's a machine. A human suplex machine. Who is next? It's a very damn good question. Let's move forward. We had a 48D plus as we talk about Joey Styles and Joel Gertner talk about last night's match, the New Era getting the victory over Sandman and Dreamer, the force that's come together, to protect ECW. They were defeated at the hands of the New Era, fucking vicious page turner to end that match, and they will get a title shot sometime here in the future. And we're going to hear from Van Dam and Regal next week. We move into a match. It's Matt Hardy's debut match. I made the right call here, it seems, with that in-ring performance rating. I made the right call with who goes over here. It wasn't really a question in my head. But an bout that's pretty decent, you know what I mean? I like to think it's a lot of crisp technical stuff. I know Matt is kind of more of a brawler type dude, but I like to think he could get the crisp technical shit kind of going on here. Some fast-paced stuff when facing somebody like Breck, somebody who's so good at that. Gets a 46D. I don't know if I said that or not. The match does. Breck beats Matt Hardy in 9:45 by pinfall with a whippersnapper. Matt Hardy shows off an impressive singles debut. This is in no way me splitting up the fucking Hardys. I just want to make that fucking clear. I'm a firm believer of, like, once you're in a tag team, you're fucking in a tag team, pal. Especially when you debut as a tag team, you know what I mean? Like, when you debut as a tag team, that means something different than when two guys come together to form a tag team. I genuinely think that when you come in as a tag team, it takes some big shit for you to break up. Like, I don't agree with last year, right? Vince broke up, like, was it like 4 babyface tag teams in like a 4-month span? Really stupid stuff. And they were like teams, you know what I mean? Like, it was Enzo and Cass, DIY, American Alpha. This might have been, no, this was last year. American Alpha, and there was one other team. But I don't remember what it was now. But yeah, they all, like, turned on each other, or, well, I guess in American Alpha's case, they kind of were just like, well, what American Alpha? What are you talking about? He's Kurt Angle's son. I don't know what that voice was. That was really weird. But I'm a firm believer of kind of, like, old school tag team stuff. Which I guess is interesting for me, because I like a lot of really old school wrestling stuff. But I also kind of like the counterculture, fuck you, of ECW. Fuck you, old people. It's just a fun little thing to do. But yeah, good stuff. Moving forward, backstage, you know, we have, I don't know, we don't really have a reporter guy, but, you know, just somebody, you know, says, Jerry Lynn's like, yeah. What are your thoughts on, Bam Bam Bigelow and, his demonstration at the, House Party television special? And Jerry's like, yeah, you know, I'd be impressed, but that wasn't me. I talk, you know, about how I try to be the everyman, you know what I mean? I try to show that this is possible. And, you know, he's holding up the belt, you know, him and the belt. This is possible for anyone who puts in the work and tries real hard and gets the experience. And Chris Chetty just doesn't have that experience, right? Love Chris, big fan. But I am not Chris Chetty. You heard Tazz earlier say that I'm not him. Well, we can argue all we want about who's better. And maybe that argument will come to fruition someday, but that's not my focus right now. I have tremendous respect for Tazz. Bam Bam wants to go around acting like anybody who's undersized, maybe doesn't have the superstar look, that they're not worthy, and that they're all the same. And they're not. And I think I'm living proof of that. I'm just like everybody else. Except for this. Points to his chest. This heart that I have. We hear guys all the time talk about heart. Tommy Dreamer talks about heart. But my heart will never stop. Because I fight for people. You know what I mean? Tommy Dreamer fights for a movement, while I fight for everyone in that crowd. Every kid who's ever watched professional wrestling and thought, maybe I'd like to do that, but turned out he just wasn't big enough. When I face Bam Bam at Anarchy Rules, he's going to try to hurt me. He's going to try to send a message. He's going to try to pretend that I am not on his level. And we'll see. We have seen, actually. I've beaten him before. And I'm going to do it again. And, you know, reporter dude's like, thanks for your time, Jerry. Jerry's like, yeah. We have Woman. Beulah McGillicuddy's there. They just kind of talk on behalf of Sandman and Tommy Dreamer really quickly. Woman's just kind of like, you know, Sandman and Dreamer, they're home right now. They're nursing some wounds from that hellacious bout at the television special last week. But they wanted to give their apologies to not only Paul Heyman for not getting the job done, but to you, the fans, for not being able to defend their home. And we'll see what's next. Thank you. Just a quick little angle, you know what I mean? Just kind of bring in Dreamer, Sandman, back into the eye, you know what I mean? Just reminder, they are there. But it's time for your main event. Jeff Hardy makes his way to the ring. I'm very glad that got a low rating, because this main event should hopefully be really fucking good, and then the rating should be okay, right? Like, because I don't think the show will do really well. I think it'll probably get like a C, but we'll see. Depends really on how this main event goes. I think it has probably a very good main event. 72B. Oh, wow. Jeff actually didn't perform that well. Wow, really? The buff for good chemistry is that much? Huh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because I was like, wow, really? Is Matt only like that in the ring? Because, like, he gets like 50s normally, which would make sense. It's like a 20-point boost. I forget sometimes, right, that chemistry has such a big effect in this game. That's really cool to see. So Jeff's actually like around a 60. Jeff's actually like around a 60, and Matt's actually like a 40. So they're about 10 points less of what I thought they were. I thought Matt was like a 40, 45, and Jeff was like a 70, 75. So that's pretty cool. But that great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Shane Douglas defeats Jeff Hardy in 1705 by pinfall, the belly-to-belly suplex. It's a hard-fought battle. Kind of Shane Douglas's charismatic brawler style against Jeff Hardy's charismatic devil-may-care, caution to the wind, full steam ahead, flippy-de-dippy offense, you know what I mean? Very good match. Jeff takes a few risks, though, that don't pay off for him. You know what I mean? Nothing too serious, nothing that like would affect a tag team match that is going on next week. Just by the way, it's been announced. I will have fixed that thing by next week. So, you don't need to worry about anything. We're still on track to get everything in if we need it to get in. But Jeff fights real hard, has an amazing showing, just comes up a bit short. Kind of lacks that experience, maybe, just kind of what it seems. Overall, though, okay show. Good to see Jeff improving. Wow, actually, we get a 67C+. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Attribute that to the main being so good, this Tazz segment being pretty great. It's the only two things I can really point out as being, like, good on this show, you know what I mean? Everything else was either okay or, actually shockingly poor. I was kind of surprised by the opening. Maybe I rated Dawn Marie on something, which you should do, I guess, in theory. This kind of sucked, but that's okay, though, because I want to keep woman talking, right? Because I think she's, like, my one female character who talks. Which I should have more, but I don't really have anything for anything else. And I kind of like the fact that woman talks for the Sandman, because the Sandman's just this scary fucker who doesn't talk. And you could say I could do the same for Sabu, but Sabu's already got Bill Alfonso, so that doesn't really matter. You know what time of the month it is. It's my favorite time of the month. It's the end of the month, which means we get new people debuting. Taz has an opinion. Taz thinks Jeff Hardy's going to be a star. Couldn't agree more, my friend. I have a couple ideas for what I want to do in the future. I have one really big idea for a tag team, and like I think, half of them are on my roster. Okay, I have a big idea, and I'll see when I pull the trigger on it. But I think it could be pretty cool, and I think the dynamic between the two of them could be really fun. Just a bit of a teaser for the future. Overall, though, I think we're going to make good money this month. Yeah, we're about 23K up. Let's see Let's see how much we actually make if we go forward. We're also going to check out who debuts. Oh, shit, we got the Breakdown pay-per-view. We'll take a look at that. I do like how WF pay-per-views are at the end of the month, so I can show them to you guys in these videos, you know what I mean? I can't just take a screenshot and post them to Twitter like I usually do. Follow my Twitter, plug. It'll be good to see who debuts and whatnot. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Hope you guys are enjoying my series with 370. We recorded one yesterday. That was an hour long. That one will be like a little bit to go up. You know what I mean? I think as of recording this one, we've got like, I think we have 2 more episodes before the hour long one. The hour long one is just crazy. Okay, so Breakdown gets an 80. Wow. Austin versus Hawk got a 96. Fuck, Austin's really over. Taker and Vader defeating the New Age Outlaws got a 77. Hype package featuring the Blackjacks versus the Godwins. The Blackjacks beat the Godwins. D-Lo defeats Leaf Cassidy by countout. Steve Austin Kane brawl. The Headbangers beat the Truth Commission. Brian Pillman Kama Mustafa video. Brian Pillman beats Kama Mustafa. Norman Smiley beats Jason Knight. Scott Taylor. Who is Scott Taylor? Scotty Tuati, yeah? Yeah, Scotty Tuati goes to a no contest with Taka. Mark Mero, Steve Blackman hype video for the IC belt. Steve Blackman wins the IC belt off of Mark Mero. Let's fucking go. Steve Blackman, Intercontinental Champion. Bob Holly defends the European belt against Skull. And then, yeah, you can see those other matches there. That's pretty interesting. Good win for Steve Blackman, though. Very, very happy for Steve. You gotta love Steve Blackman, or else you're just not allowed to be here on my channel. These should be just touring deals, I do believe. Hold on. Yeah, they're just touring duels. You can also see somebody who I'm eyeing up for the future, maybe. Let us check quickly who debuted. I mean, I can see right there, but just in case somebody else debuted. What is this now? This is October. Shit, we are getting so close to our WrestleMania. Our biggest event in sports entertainment. Oh, the show of shows. November to Remember. Forgot what the name was, actually. So yeah, we're definitely a short list low-key, even though I think he's probably a bit of an asshole. No, he's actually a good guy at this point. Interesting. Eric Young. I might do him just because, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I think at this point, if I'm like, maybe, I'll shortlist him. Who the hell is Romeo Rosselli? I don't know who the fuck that is. Oh, shit, that's Romeo. It's the fucking Heartthrobs. Helena Heavily? Helena? She's Sasquatch. Oh, statuesque. I read that as Sasquatch-esque. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Genki Horiguchi? I don't know who that is. He looks like he's important, though. So I feel bad. And then Monster Mac. I kind of feel like I know who that is. I know the name. I don't know who he is. I feel like the Monster Mac name's kind of familiar. Not too many. Not compared to, like, last month, where we had a lot of signings. Or not a lot of signings, but a lot of really good talent that we could bring in. There we go. We made 18K. And ladies and gentlemen, from the start of the series, we have made $228 in that year. We fucking did it. We're in the green. I mean, we've been in the green all these months, but these last 2 months have been crazy. It's the merch numbers. It really is the merch numbers, the sponsorship numbers, and I guess the worker numbers going down. I guess that's just because we haven't worked a pay-per-view for a bit, that we've been allowed to get these really high numbers. But overall, wow, that's great. Very, very, very happy with that. Without further ado, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see what happens in the next 5 days between Hardcore TV and Hardcore TV, you can follow my Twitter, as I plugged a little bit earlier. It's the thing in my channel or whatever. Yeah, next episode, we'll see you guys then. This is Silly Talk. Signing out.